Your dad had the best Obama impersonation yet.
Yeah,
Your dad held no, like, Obama was like, and then we gotta cut the tax difference. Your dad would be like, shit, I'm Obama, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, my dad's Obama impression was like just like the most generic white guy impersonating a gangster black guy.
Yeah.
I was called liberal when I was 12 years old for not having a full-time job.
How is everybody? That was fun with your mic.
That was fun what we just got done doing.
What do we do?
Goose was right.
Oh, you went immediately into the gay stuff, dude.
Immediately to the gay stuff. Me coming on Mike's podcast is just...
well, who are you?
I am Kody.
This is Kody. This is my fucking neighbor for all my life. In the middle of nowhere neighbor. And
gay lover.
My fucking gay lover and best friend, as we were called all throughout, well, existence, really.
Yeah, I don't think a time's gone by where we weren't known
gay.
as gay lovers.
Yeah, I never got... Everyone always called us gay, but we weren't.
For the most part.
For the most part. I mean, if you have fucking good friends and you're a guy...
You're going to be a little gay.
You're going to be a little gay. Look at the Romans. You ever looked into the Romans much? The Romans were gay as fuck, dude.
Really?
The Romans were so gay. And you know what? No one was ever like...
Oh, just like gay sex?
Yeah, the Romans would be fucking. The Romans fucked like...
Good.
Like they would go conquest some shit and then they'd conquest each other, you know? That's what the Romans did. They'd be like, oh, we took over Carthage. And then they'd be like, but I'm going to take over this man's ass now. That's a high Roman status, was just men's butts and like conquest. Those are the two things they were good at.
Way more progressive than we ever thought.
Okay, no, right? Big Rome. I'm not like huge into Rome, but you know, like ancient stuff's pretty cool. Gay ancient stuff. I really like. I really just research gay ancient stuff is what I do. But this is Kody. Since he won't talk, he's got to get broken in a little bit.
Yeah, I've never been recorded. Besides that one thing, but...
What's the one thing?
It's a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, the gay sex joke.
Oh, you recorded yourself having gay sex?
With you.
Oh, with me?
Yeah.
When did we do that? I like how we immediately took it to gay sex. That's nice.
Well, it's kind of like the foundation that our
friendship is built on. That's fair.
You know, it's not easy going to junior high and having a crush on a girl, but getting paid no attention because that girl thinks that you're
gay with your friend that lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what did we expect though? We did only hang out with each other, and we never talked to women.
Yeah, true. But like, I don't know. I feel like everyone. That was just the go-to insult in Winslow at the time period we were alive.
Yeah. And they did stack quite a bit of evidence against us.
Like the gay sex.
Yeah. Like the shower video.
The shower. I was explaining that to a lady the other day, and it just was like... made me just look gay.
So we got home from wrestling practice.
No, that was an elective wrestling run.
Oh, so
that was when we ran to your grandma's.
Oh, was it?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we get home and, you know... With no gay intentions in mind, we think we'll
both shower at the same time
to conserve water. That was our story for everyone at school.
Conserve water. We live in Arizona. It's a drought.
Which the story played out because my dad is a cheapskate. So,
it's true.
So it worked out, but
also time, just conservation of time too.
Yeah, we were probably in a hurry to play some fucking Black Ops
2 or something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would take some Black Ops 2 right now.
Or fucking Black Ops 1 even. Kino.
Kino de Toten. Ooh, the Theater of the Dead. Man, I love that shit. I need to play some of that soon. But anyway.
Anyway, yeah, we were just, you know, doing the usual. Having a little rinse together after running.
I wouldn't say the usual.
It wasn't the first time.
I mean, yeah, we'd showered together.
But this time we were fully clothed.
We were.
Which is why the accusations were so...
Well, we weren't fully clothed in the shower, but we at least had swim trunks.
On. Yeah. And my brother, he busts down the door, being the piece of shit asshole brother he was. And out of fear... did I fall on you? Or did
I think
you
we
fall
just
on me?
fell.
Well, one of us fell on the other.
We were just scared, man.
And then we like slid into the bottom of the tub.
But it looked like no swim trunks were on at all.
And my brother had the whole thing on video. It was right when Snapchat became a thing. So.
And you and I didn't have Snapchat.
Nope. And we were still little. But all of his friends did. So.
Yeah.
All the 8th graders knew about that.
That's how we went into junior high as gay. I'm going to have to cut that, but it's okay.
That's how we went into junior high as homosexuals.
See, that's okay. You did a good right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically me and Cody's relationship. You were the first person I ever met that was like my own age. I was like, holy shit, they make people my age?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, let me go turn off the air. All right, we're back. I couldn't figure out how to turn off the AC, so now it's just going to run in the background. If you can hear it, comment below and say, stupid asshole motherfucker, or something along those lines. I really don't give a shit what you comment. But you can make fun of us. Where were we? We're gay. We're showering. We could just go on to another fun friend story from the old times.
Fuck, I mean, we have a few of those.
You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to explain the relationship between your family and my family that's existed for like close to, probably not, I was going to say 100 years, but it's less than that. It's like probably 60, 70 years. Because my grandfather...
Oh, yeah.
My family owns a ranch south of Winslow, Arizona. Pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking big. A lot of acres, right? You know.
Yeah, like 25.
At least. Maybe 30. So my family's worked out there forever. For a while, they just didn't have game wardens because, like, that shit's gay.
Why the fuck would you?
Yeah, because that shit's gay. Yeah. But then the second one that was ever out there was his grandfather, and then it was his dad.
That was what, like, I bet my grandpa started out there
early, 50s, 60s,
60 years ago.
Yeah,
because he's 60 years.
It'd be fun to do one of these with your grandpa. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Here's some Kin Clay Senior takes, dude.
Or with like all of your family. With everything that's been going
on?
I'm
okay. There's only 4 inputs, and there's like 30 people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't think that would be watchable. Everybody would be talking over each other.
Yeah. For anyone who didn't know, Michael was going to be a Navy SEAL his whole life.
There you go. Yeah, that was my number one. That was a number one to go for me, was to be a Navy SEAL.
Very committed to that until I think he actually became an adult.
Oh, even like 4 or 5 years into adulthood. The only thing that backed me out of that...
You're not even 4 or 5 years into adulthood right now.
Well, what do you consider adulthood? 18?
18.
Okay, yeah. 4. I'm at least... Oh, well, I guess you're not wrong. How the fuck was I in college for 4 years then?
Yeah.
If I'm 23. Oh, wait.
18 to 22.
19, 20, 21. So, like, for 5 years I was. And then I got out and I saw that Ukrainian war footage... you know, like where they're chasing them with drones and like really fucking with them, and I don't want to die that way. So that's just the next wave of warfare, and it looks not fun.
Michael lived a Navy SEAL aspiring childhood, though.
Yeah, I could definitely do it.
Yeah,
says every guy who never did it.
Oh yeah. Remember one night we were staying the night at Mike's, and we set up the tent. We were going to have a sleepover in his backyard.
Mm-hmm. Little pup tent.
It started raining, and me being a sane kid said, fuck this. I'm going to go inside and watch, like, Saturday Night Live.
It was Saturday Night Live,
yeah. And Michael was like, no, okay, well, you're a bitch. I'm a Navy SEAL, so.
I think you said,
I'm going to stay out here.
You're like, I'm going inside. I was like, I'm not. And you're like, okay.
Oh, it was because I was like, it's pouring rain in the tent.
The tent was filling up like a pool.
The tent wasn't even a tent anymore. It was just a tarp flat on the ground. And Michael's like, a Navy SEAL wouldn't care about the tent not being set up. So I'm going to stay out here. Within 30 minutes, Michael was inside, obviously.
Well, I remember too, I went to like the sliding glass door in the back of my house and I saw you eating Oreos, and that's like what broke me, and I was like, I'm just going inside. Yes. And you didn't notice I was inside because I waited for you to go to the bathroom. And I came in and I was eating Oreos, and you're like, oh, I see you lasted really long as a Navy SEAL out there, and I just started punching you immediately.
That's
still my way to get out of conflict.
That was conflict resolution for us forever, yeah.
That's still my way to get out of conflict.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'll just beat your ass.
Whoever hurts each other the most wins.
I don't know what it is, but I have something built up in me to where I'm like, I have to punch someone
I know.
pretty often. Like, it's something I have to do at least once a day.
We all know. Anyone who grew up with us knows.
Yeah. Oh, even people I'm around now know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh.
Good times.
Dude, you had to get quite possibly the gayest IPAs ever. Oh, they're made in Arizona. Never mind. These are cool as shit.
Yeah.
Brewed.
Shout out to Pink Pineapple Haze.
This is by Huss Brewing Co. Brewed with love by 24 people who care. Oh, hey, the fucking fan finally stopped.
Took 24 people to make that, huh?
Yeah, what a bunch of pussies.
I feel like we could have done that.
I could have made it by myself.
Yeah.
You
Probably
remember,
with my help, though.
You remember my dad was making like yogurt?
Which time?
Yeah, exactly. You remember all the weird shit my dad would do, though?
Oh, yeah.
Your
Gotta
dad, too.
love it.
Well,
yeah.
it's just very resourceful,
when you grow up
man.
where we grew up, and you have parents like ours,
I've secreted so much concrete for your father. And
Speaking
vice
of that,
versa.
are you available next Tuesday?
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. I'll be in town for like an off day, and your dad will be like, I'm doing a new... I feel like
I saw your truck in the driveway, and I'm pouring about 40 yards of cement.
I need your help. And you're like, okay. Somehow, I feel like they get a hold of each other, and they figure out when we're going to be home.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, all right, well, I was thinking about just driving fence posts for no reason in the back part of my lot.
Yeah, who the fuck feeds your animals when your parents are out of town now that I'm not there?
My brother. Yeah. Or fucking. Am I gonna cut it up? Probably not. Man, no, I grew up with Kody. He's this is one of my favorite things to tell people about Kody. Cody's had cancer twice.
Twice.
You got cancer as a child, right?
Yep. I had
I think I know the name of it.
yeah, let's see.
Neuroblastoma.
Not quite. Neuroblastoma.
Neuroblastoma.
So I had neuroblastoma when I was an infant, like 2 years old or whatever. Pretty funny.
Childhood cancer.
And then 2 years ago, I was lucky. They say lightning never strikes the same place twice, but
It was a little higher up in your thyroid.
God got me twice. God, but
That's nice to say. You know what?
so I had cancer twice, and then
But if I
now-
understand it right, your thyroid cancer was possibly, if not almost definitely, caused from the treatment of your neuroblastoma.
Yeah, they speculate. There's a million things that could cause the thyroid.
There's a
cancer
million
I
things that
had.
could kill you in the West.
Yeah,
Cancer's one of them.
cancer's two of them.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
But so what? Cancer twice,
Okay.
and then I figure I'm gonna go do something with my life. So now I'm paying $100,000 to try and help people
Is that total?
with cancer. Close.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not horrible.
No.
Like, what do you think your annual salary is? He's trying to become a nurse, which is gay, but like, it's okay.
It's all right. I'm used to that.
Should have been a doctor.
Some
Hello,
say.
I'm Doctor. How are you?
I'm just nurse.
I'm a nurse. RN.
Dude,
Nurses are the best. Remember my grandma lived at that fucking... Okay, this is good. This is good right here. You remember when my grandmother, fucking Machi,
I
lived
remember
in...
Machi.
Machi was the best, but also senile. But she lived in a home, and the male nurses at this home she lived in were by far the coolest guys. I remember one of them's name was Fred. Shout out our Fred, and shout out that Fred if he watches this. That's also
shout out Fred. I haven't met you yet, Fred, but I'm
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
I'm feeling your big shoes today.
well, they're really small. He's this tiny little Jew. He's 5'5".
Wow.
He's a tiny little dude, but he acts like he's the best athlete ever.
I'm sure he is.
Can you play basketball half decent?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just want you to play Fred and beat the fuck out of him. Because I can't play basketball good. You know this. You know this from junior high basketball.
You weren't half bad.
Like,
You didn't know anything, but they would throw you the ball and you'd fucking overhand it from half court and fucking make it.
I think I only had 3, 4, 5 points. My
Remember that one game you got like 3 threes though?
Did I?
Yeah.
I can't
And you were
remember
just
that.
like lobbing it from the 3-pointer and everyone was like, what the fuck? But you were just making all of them. Coach Nez.
Coach Nez, who would freestyle with us on the bus.
Coach Nez, yes.
But male nurse Fred at my grandmother's place, he was a cool dude, and I really liked him. But my grandmother lived in the only home in Winslow.
Big city Winslow.
Big old city Winslow. There's only one like old folks home there, so we had my grandmother live there like maybe the last 5 or 6 years she was alive. And there was like a convenient. Which story should we start with? I think no shoes is the one to start with.
Okay, so one time it was a regular occasion. Michael would lie to me. He would manipulate me to come over and hang out with him.
Still do,
because I was kind of an asshole, and I wouldn't come over unless it felt worthy to my childhood self. So Michael would throw some crazy shit, go-karts, shooting, yeah, something fun. And then I would go over and I would either go to camp as a care with him, or we'd go out to his ranch and work with his dad.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, we're going to take the go-kart out to the ranch. It's going to be fun as fuck. Come over.
Yep.
And then it'd just be like, we're branding 1,000 cattle. And you're like, what?
Never forget that day. One time, Michael convinced me to go out to the ranch for 12 hours just based on the fact that we might be able to sneak a Red Bull. And we never got the Red Bull.
We never got the Red Bull.
We saw the Red Bulls.
And we were like, we need to take them.
But Michael...
I think we even had one for a little while.
Yeah, but I think we were too scared.
Let him go!
Yeah, we were too scared to open it. They were sugar-free, too, I remember.
Those are the better ones,
yeah,
objectively.
No, I agree.
Like, looking back on it now, those are the better Red Bulls.
But I think at the time, we were, like, a little grossed out by the fact that they're sugar-free.
Mm-hmm, true.
Children.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of aspartame, but that was also the same day that I have a scar on my hand.
Yep, from throwing the knife.
Yeah, I tried to catch a knife my mom threw at me, which is objectively a weird sentence, but.
Campus of Care.
Campus of Care, yeah.
Fuck, what?
Oh,
So we were just hanging out at Michael's house, as we would, in his room, probably playing Bigs 2.
Oh, if you played Bigs 2, I'll put an edit up here, or just full screen of what Bigs 2 is. Best baseball video game that's ever been made by far.
So we we're just doing our thing, and then his mom, in a really frantic state, comes rushing into the room.
There you go. That's good.
His mom comes rushing into the room.
Do you feel like Eminem now?
Yeah, no, I feel like
so everybody in the 313,
this feels
put
a
your
little better.
motherfucking hands up and follow me.
So his mom comes rushing in, freaking out because we're running late to visit his grandma at Campus of Care.
Which, you know what I've realized? I'm late to everything because I think my mom was late to everything. My mom's got terrible time management skills. So do I, still to this day. Speaking of which, hopefully it's not 5. All right, we're doing good.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're sitting there. She comes running in. We gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't find my shoes anywhere. Nowhere to be found. So I figure, you know what? We're just going to this old folks home. And actually, after we were going out to the ranch, so I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
You're just like, I'll be fucking barefoot.
So, yeah, I didn't even have socks. Barefoot. I just got in the car barefoot because she was freaking the fuck out. And we got to Campus of Care, and we got out of the car.
And that's when fucking Mama Densmore noticed that Kody Clay had no shoes on.
I did not.
And she ripped your ass like a...
And I had never felt like more of a piece of shit as a child.
To be fair, like, she ripped your ass hard, 100%. I won't deny it. But I had gotten my ass ripped by your dad before. But your dad...
Oh, yeah.
Your dad would, notice that he was ripping just my ass.
And he would involve you to make you feel included.
He would involve all the children. Like, I remember he was ripping... I stepped on his dad's valve stem one time at my house after feeding my animals. And his dad was like, "You're such a fucking retard." And then he turned to your older brother and he was like, "If you're going to hang out with this fucking retard, you better learn how to change a tire," apparently. And, yeah, I think the parent ass rippings went back and forth. Dude, your dad even called me out at dinner. Your mom was like, "Do you want garlic bread?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay."
He doesn't deserve it.
I was like, "No, I'm okay." And she's like, "Are you okay, Michael?" And your dad was like, "I just ripped his ass for stepping on the valve stem. He's acting weird." And I was
He's just being a pussy.
Yeah, pretty much.
He needs to grow up. He's already 8 years old.
Yeah, dude. Our parents were, your mom, the way I've always looked at it is your mom and my dad were very alike. And they even worked together when they were like younger. Your dad's a few years younger than my mom, but they worked together at Safeway.
Wait, who did?
Your mom, or my mom and your dad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Your dad was like a...
I was going to say, my mom never worked with your dad. My mom was never out on the ranch.
She's just out on some random ranch in like northern Nevada. No, but my mom and your dad work together, and I've always felt like they've held, because I mean they grew up in the same place around the same time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they hold like similar values.
Very
and
much
their
so.
families are somewhat connected, pretty connected realistically. But they've always held kind of like your dad's, and this isn't racist, but like your dad and my mom are both fucking Jewish when it comes to money.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, your mom and my dad have always been like I feel like the fun ones.
Yeah, but they're and the thing is, your mom and my dad were always at like a baseline angry, but it was both your dad and my mom who were not angry, but when they were angry, it was like
that's very
fucking
fair.
mess.
That's very
It
fair.
was dude.
Dude, you were white.
Funny.
You treated your parents like such a white boy.
Yeah, I fucking hated my parents.
Yeah, like growing up. How do you treat them now?
Normal,
Okay, that's good.
like
But,
acquaintances.
dude, his mom would always be like, if your mom said that to you, what would she do to you? And I'd be like, she'd beat the fuck out of me. Our family's growing up in Winslow. It's just I'm very glad I grew up like rural and like kind of in the middle of nowhere with like a conservative upbringing, because like I feel like that instilled good values in me, but it's not like the values I hold now.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel the same way. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But gun to my fucking head, I would never go back.
Like, really? Dude, I fucking relish the fact that like I want to go back 99% of the time. Like I'm like
Winslow.
not like now. You know what I mean? Like I want like my childhood like feeling.
To be relived
Yes,
through your own
100%.
children when you're in Winslow or something like that.
Not even that. I want to relive it like right now. I'm like
Oh.
everything was so much better. Like
Oh well, yeah, that was just before we like.
I loved my childhood.
Yeah,
Like I would
same.
not change it for anything.
No. Nope.
Like stealing ancient Indian pottery from
Ooh, very fun.
the mesas and buttes behind our house, and like I don't know. I just think it's a very like I didn't realize how unique of a lifestyle and like childhood situation I had until like I actually went out into the world, as in 200
Dude,
miles south, and lived in Phoenix.
Leaving Winslow and experiencing like the real world is something.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. I
you ever tell people like how you grew up, and they're like, "What the fuck?" and you're like, "I just thought that was normal."
yeah, especially like if I'm like at school, I'll like have a lot of like Navajo classmates.
Really?
Yeah, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, like I grew up with all kinds of like Native American people, and they're just like,
You know what you hit them
What
with?
the fuck?
You don't say I'm from Winslow. You say I lived, because it's true for me and you, because we lived
we
near
live
each
in
other.
Navajo Nation.
We lived a mile from that. I always say like I lived really close to Bird Springs, and they're always like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
this is Navajo accent, by the way." They go, "Oh, no way, you live up
Yeah.
there?" And then you go, "Yep," and they go, "Wow."
I worked out on the res.
Oh
For
yeah,
years,
that's
yeah.
right. My dad works out on the res now too,
Yes.
but
yeah, I used to work in the exact same area of the res that his dad works in now, and I was always trying to be nice and accommodating, but they fucking hated me.
they hated you.
Oh,
you
fuck.
look like fucking custard. That's
The
probably why.
only way I was safe out there is if I went with like my native coworker.
Who's
then-
your native coworker?
Devin. Shout out Devin.
No way, Devin.
You don't
Is
know
it the Devin I'm working? Oh,
No,
okay.
you don't know
You
Devin.
you remember the Devin I'm thinking of?
The one
Used to
from,
ride
like,
our bus.
second grade.
Yeah.
The one who'd get us pinions.
Pinion seeds, dude.
Mhm.
Pinion seeds are the shit. You know how they harvest those?
Mm-mm.
So pinion seeds are basically pine seeds that work kind of the same way as sunflower seeds. Like you crack them with your teeth and you eat them, but the inside, rather than it being like a seed, I guess, is more like gooey and like pliable, rather than just like a quick snap in your teeth.
I haven't had pinions in ages.
I haven't either. But you know how they harvest them? My dad was telling me this. They don't go to pinion trees and like shake them out. They go to
Really?
rats' nests because the
'Cause
rats.
The rats get really.
Yeah, and they just like dig open big rats' nests and just take all the pinion seeds. So my dad never liked pinion seeds, but I mean I loved them. That's how they get them out on the Navajo Nation. I have grown. I know this is coming to a shocker for you, probably not for all the people back home, but I grew up and I didn't really like natives because they were like around us a lot. And sure, that's a racist thing to say, whatever. But like, white people were the minority in Winslow by far.
Oh yeah.
Like it probably went natives by far, maybe Mexicans before white people, and then white people. If not white people before Mexicans, but it was really close. It's like when you're a minority group, I think you kind of hate whatever the majority group is. And it's not to say that I hated them all based on whatever. It's just like most of them I didn't really like and get along with. There's definitely some natives I got along with.
Oh, yeah.
But I've grown like a whole new respect for them because like I've 100%. Done so much reading on like the Apaches and Navajos. And
I fucking love running into like fucking native people down here. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, it reminds me of home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to talk in like the top of the mic.
Because
that's like where like, all right, yeah. I mean, you can even like point it down here and still talking to it, but like I do too. Like anytime I'm doing crowd work at like a show and I run into a native person and like all like
score.
It happens not a lot, but it happens occasionally to where I'll run into like someone from like the White Mountains or like a Navajo, and it'll be at like it's always oddly enough at like the fucking most like the gay friendly like the you have to kind of censor yourself mics. Okay. And then I'll run into a Navajo and be like talking about their shit, and I can always tell that like there's this mic that's not even far from here, and it's like this is a safe space mic. Like more power to them, whatever. They always get a good crowd. I like going to that mic, but it's always like, oh, you can't say like gay on the mic. Touchy. But I'll run into I've run into like 2 or 3 Navajos there and maybe 1 Apache, and like I'll be able to have an actual conversation about them, like with them, about like how they lived and how they grew up, because like. Sure, my living situation wasn't exactly the same as them, but it's like similar, and I can like talk about similar things and like how I know what they went through, and like I'll actually connect with them and like make them be able to laugh. But all the fucking white people will be like,
they don't know if they're allowed to laugh.
Yeah, and it's like I'm just fucking around with this person. Like I'm talking about fry bread.
And fry bread's fucking good.
I've never been a fry bread fan.
Really? Oh fuck! Or like the fucking Navajo tacos. Did you ever like those?
No, not really. But Navajo taco makes me think of Navajo pussy. Oddly enough.
Never had any of that though, huh?
I did not. No, I didn't.
Not even a quarter?
No, I don't. The only girl I can think of that might have been, I don't think she was native at all.
Oh. I'm thinking of the one in 4th grade, but that doesn't really count.
Oh yeah, I didn't fuck her. Damn, dude. Yeah, growing up in Winslow was an odd thing. And then it's just weird because like you would go out and like patrol with your dad a lot, right?
Whenever he would make me, yeah.
Thank you.
Because, you know, when I was like 12 and I wanted to enjoy the summer, my dad hated and despised the fact that I wasn't working full time.
Even at like age 7.
Oh yeah, no. If I was like enjoying myself, my dad would be like, it must be nice. You know,
I have to go out to the forest and bust poachers.
I wish that I could sit on the couch and watch TV, you know, right before he sits on the couch and watches TV for like 6 hours. All right. But
and then he'd do his your dad had the best Obama impersonation yet.
Yeah,
your dad held no like Obama was like, and then we gotta cut the tax difference. Your dad would be like, shit, I'm Obama, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, my dad's Obama impression was like just like the most generic white guy impersonating a gangster black guy.
Yeah.
It was every time like Obama sounded nothing like it.
I remember having a conversation in your driveway with like, well, your dad and my dad would talk for hours.
Was it the day that we voted in school of the election?
Could have been. It was close to it. I
remember after we coerced all of our classmates into voting for John McCain because we knew who the right party was. Obviously,
goddamn right we did.
We fucking Isaiah Bortz. I'm sorry that you had to
you got him over.
Oh,
I remember I got Gilbert Martinez to vote for John McCain.
Isaiah Bortz was going to vote for Barack Obama, and I told him about how the world would end if he won, and he changed his vote.
I remember my main talking points were like, dude, Obama wants to kill babies, and he wants to take our guns away. And what do we hate? We hate babies dying and our guns getting taken away.
Well, obviously, the most 2 important things in our lives were, you know, keeping babies alive and guns. Yeah.
Dude, but I remember a conversation in your driveway, your dad, and I was like, I don't know what I said, but I remember like your dad and my dad both turned to me and be like, Obama wants to kill babies. Remember that? And I was like, I had like, like the like.
I genuinely believed that Obama had a fetish slaughtering children.
Yeah, something like that.
And
I mean, as it turns out, if you look into the Epstein documents, they might have not been wrong.
Is Obama involved in that shit?
I don't know, but I know a lot of like high class Democrats and Republicans.
Like, yeah, Trump had a lot of shit going on with Epstein.
No, Kody, he just flew on his plane a few times.
He just
flew on his plane once, and he was like, "I don't like this shit."
Yeah, because he's an upstanding citizen.
Like, of course.
Yeah.
And you need to vote for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun to say.
My name is Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Donald J. Trump. That's fucking cool. I like all the shit that we're going through. Like,
yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
Me and Troy, fucking T-Mac, were talking the other day. I had a good T-Mac conversation about all the Republican problems and stuff last night.
I'm sure he had some stuff to say.
But he made me think of a point where it's like we were talking about how different the Old West is, like the Southwest region, at least like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, all them, compared to like now. And I was like, like a lot of people are like, modern day society sucks. Like, I wish I could live in a different time or like something like that. And it's like, you've just traded in your worries. Like back then, if you lived here, you'd be like, oh, fuck. Yeah. We're going to get attacked by Apaches and scalped, or like a grizzly bear is going to tear my fucking head off. And now it's just like, oh, this watermelon costs too much and Trump's an asshole. And it's like, you're just trading your worries for different worries, Like we still have worries, but they're just fucking stupid worries now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just like fucking.
I'm just barely buzzed off of an IPA and a Coors because I don't drink anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it? I think I finished this already, right? Yeah.
There's one more left in there if you want it.
No, I gotta go to work in like an hour. I'm gonna have to chew some gum on the way to work. Fuck, dude. You don't have any job, or you do Uber Eats, right?
DoorDash.
DoorDash? Which one's like more pristine?
Depends who you ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, if you ask someone who drives DoorDash, then obviously DoorDash. But,
okay, so they're about the same.
Yeah, no, it's all just horse shit.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. I rarely fucking do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not. I don't know. It can be good.
What's like the worst shit you've had to deal with?
The worst thing when delivering for DoorDash is when somebody orders and you think it's like a great order, and then you show up and find out they live in a 25 building apartment complex with 1,000 fucking different units, and
they didn't mark the unit.
They did not put the building number, just the room number. So you have to drive around and like squint and look at all the little fucking building numbers, and sometimes it'll be dark and there won't be lights.
Isn't there like a text feature? Because I just got DoorDash for the first
but
time.
they don't answer. They don't answer.
Oh, never?
Oh, sometimes, but most of the time the shitty people who don't provide any information, I'm pretty sure they just enjoy watching you drive around the complex or something. I don't know, but.
So you're telling me the people who order DoorDash the most are poor assholes, like myself?
I don't accept the orders from most poor people.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tell when they're poor?
Yes, because you see the dollar amount before you accept the order, and sometimes you'll see like a 15-mile drive for $2.50, and you're just like, oh yeah, this person didn't tip.
Okay.
And then you just can pray that their food sits at Chipotle all fucking night and just gets cold and that they never get it.
Huh.
But
isn't that odd?
So yeah, for all you door dashing, the more you tip, the quicker you'll get your shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I always hit like the third option on DoorDash because I've heard you say stuff about it.
Yeah, no, and it's not even just like about being courteous, but like if you order from DoorDash and you don't tip, the DoorDashers they make like $2 from the order.
Really?
90% of what they're making is from customer tips.
Huh.
So what makes these entitled people think that they can order a fucking $70 fucking order and
Tip nothing
pay
or $2.
$3 delivery fee and tip jack shit and just get their shit right away?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I'd never fucking, I don't know. I guess it makes sense though, because like they probably can't, because they want to make their good margins on whatever it is.
Oh, but they fucking make it work for themselves.
Oh yeah.
Because what they'll do is they'll pair these shitty poor people orders with the orders of like people who have money. So they'll like fucking pair this $2 15-mile order with a $30 15-mile order, and then the total will be $32. And you're like, cool, that's like $16 an order. And then you finish and find out that the one poor fuck was just like getting their shit for
basically
for like
as cheap as they can.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one like that happens all the time. That's like the only way people get their food if they don't tip, is because they'll double order, and it basically piggybacks off the person who did tip. So,
you know what I'm a big fan of?
What's
Of
that?
doing the double dash thing. To where it's
you
like,
add shit?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't like that?
That fucking sucks.
When you see it and you're like, fuck, I got to stop at QT now.
Yeah, you can decline it,
Really?
but
So do I still have to pay for the shit that I ordered at the other place?
yeah, it'll just like send it to a fucking different driver.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah, I would hate that.
I do that shit. If they try and make me fucking go to 7-Eleven or some shit
You're just like, no.
for like $2 extra.
How much would you stop for? Like, what's the...
I don't know why the fuck I'm talking like $2 fucking dollars. I'm driving DoorDash. Like, I shouldn't be fucking complaining.
I'll fucking stop for $3. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't really have like a reliable... I want to work for like UPS or something here pretty soon. But I don't know, like... I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But I'm going to quit this job that I'm working at now, so then I can possibly get like a better, higher paying job somewhere else, and then actually have the availability to do comedy at night. So then I can like work weekends for sure for comedy and like nights and stuff, because like the job I work at now, it's only like weekends and nights, and that's like the time that 90% of comedy that I feel like is worth a fuck happens. So I need to find like an actual job,
Like
and
a day job.
a day job. And I had one for a while, and it was
A day job
cushy.
that's really flexible with being late almost every day.
Yeah.
God, if only.
Hopefully I'm not late today. That would be tragic. Oh, it's only 4.
Yeah.
But
Michael's never on time.
no. And I think it's like passed down through my fucking bloodline. My dad, I don't think he's ever been late in his fucking life. But like,
Yeah.
I didn't wake up and like go to shit with my dad. I just went to like shit with my mom.
And I would pick Michael up when I was 16, 17 throughout high school, and many times his alarm would be like my horn in the driveway.
Yeah.
And I would threaten to leave him every time, but I never fucking did.
I don't know what it is
But
about
I
people.
always fucking threatened it, but I just never did, because I would have felt like such a piece of shit.
Meanwhile,
he deserved
I'm
it.
just sleeping in.
Casey left you a couple times.
Casey left me a few times,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a staple, and it should have been. Even the bus driver who would come.
The bus driver would leave everybody after 5 seconds, but they would just Cheryl would pull up and just fucking wait for Michael.
dude, yeah.
Football practice. If you were fucking late, you know what Goose was doing? You were running.
Yeah.
But if I was late and Michael was with me, and I could just be like, "Hey, it was Michael," he'd be like, "Oh, it's all right, guys." But if I was late without Michael, like it'd be like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, idiot."
I don't
Go
know
run.
why. That's been like a staple in my life. to where it's
Everyone's
like,
just been okay with you being late.
I don't know what it is. And like, I honestly don't deserve it, and I recognize that fact, but like,
That's
I don't
good.
know what it is about me, but like, people are like, oh yeah, you're the late guy.
Yeah, I think they just might want to avoid
Conflict with...
confrontation.
I
don't know.
like, I'm not... everyone is always like... I'm always like, why don't I get approached by women at bars? And people are like, well, it's because you're not approachable. You're scary. And I'm like, that may be true, but like, realistically, I mean, you know me better than probably anyone. Like, I'm kind of a pussy, realistically.
Yeah, especially with women.
Especially with women.
Yeah.
I mean, until I'm not, dude. Then I'm
Yeah.
fucking getting that pussy, you know?
This fucking guy.
Damn, man. Yeah. leading the conversation here. What should I talk about next? Do you read much?
Just for school.
Oh, just for school? You don't read like outside of that?
I don't. I've tried reading, but I find that I'd rather not read
I don't blame you.
when I don't have to. Like if I'm not having to read a lot, then maybe I would. But like being forced to read a lot kind of takes the fun out of reading. So it's like
I get you.
I would rather not read when I could.
Yeah, I've been in a heavy reading mode as of late.
You reading your smut?
No smut. I just read it's kind of like the books I've been reading are like
gore
yes,
smut.
Yes, yes,
Michael
100%.
gets off on gore.
Yes, I think this brings up a good story. Me and Kody had Spanish class freshman year with each other, and we would watch. There was two things we would watch, and it's odd, kind of like thinking about it now. We would watch a lot of Apache helicopter kills and stand-up comedy. Those are the two things we would watch, and we would just watch those. Those are the.
And for clarification, I watched them because he provided them. I wasn't on these sites finding these videos. I would just
Leak.
I would entertain Michael's
military.com.
Yeah.
But I remember we were just like watching them one day, and this kid came in who he's like half Navajo, half Mexican, but he has like a real black accent, and he's like, "Hey, what y'all watching?" And we were like, "Oh, just like sniper compilations."
I think you were like, "Oh, I just like these funny videos. Do you
Yeah,
want to
something
see?"
He's like, "Sure." And it was just like some dude like about to shoot an RPG that gets his head blown off by like an American sniper. And I remember he watched like the whole video.
Fuck, Mike. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck are they watching? These motherfuckers watching heads getting blown off. What the fuck is wrong with these two? We had to like sit in the back of the class like,
And then we just probably went home and bitched about how women didn't like us.
yeah, like, why am I not fucking ladies as much as I should be? I was like, well, you're watching.
Dude, I thought high school was going to be fucking sick. What the fuck happened?
What was our graduating? I think our graduating class was like 99, right? At the end of the year? I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I think freshman year we had like 150. I think like 90 graduated.
That's pretty accurate.
A few died. Yeah, you can't post that.
No, you cannot. People won't like that shit. Nah, it was just a weird place to grow up. You know what I thought was the weirdest thing about growing up, like how we did, is like everyone wanted to be
something they weren't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I even originally didn't want to fall into like what I actually was. I mean, I think I eventually kind of did, but like not even really. But everyone wanted to be like hood where we're from.
Yeah. Oh, Michael, I think Kody, if you're watching this, Kody, Michael's dad, Kody, I think he still has a little bit of resentment towards me for city slickifying Michael a little bit there in like late elementary school, because
that's
you know, me and my brother, we rode dirt bikes, we wore DC shoes,
you listened
skinny
to
jeans,
rap music.
We listened to rap music. Michael did because of us.
Yeah,
and
I would agree.
His dad was not a fan.
No.
Not a fan. He actually came over and confronted my brother for downloading Eminem's Recovery album. Was that 2011? 2010?
That sounds about right, because I know it wasn't like new, and somehow he pirated it off of like a bunch of websites.
Oh yeah, on the PSP,
like LimeWire or something, maybe.
Yeah. Dude, not all that shit was pirated.
Dude, I remember. I can still to this day like almost line for line, word for word, do forever, yeah, forever by
Eminem, Lil Wayne. That was like the collab of the fucking time.
It really was, and I mean, it still kind of is. Those are like the hottest 4 rappers at the time.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, Drake was just on his come up, but like they're still
Eminem.
What was it? Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kanye, and Drake.
There was another one. Fuck.
I don't think there was.
Eminem,
Lil Wayne, Kanye. Well, I mean, verse wise, I think it went. Drake did the hook.
You're right.
Drake did the hook. Lil Wayne was first verse.
Speaking of this era,
Kanye, Eminem. What
about Dallas Chi?
Dude, it's Dallas Chi lore.
Shout out Dallas Chi. Dallas, you formed us.
Realistically, yeah.
If it weren't for you, we probably would still go to church and shit.
Dude, yeah, Dallas was a kid we rode the bus with. He lived like out in the middle of nowhere like we did.
He was a bad kid.
I mean, yes, but not really.
He was a self-portrayed bad kid, and we thought he was cool because he was a couple years older and he stole shit from Walmart.
Stole shit from Walmart and just had a grandma that didn't care about him at all.
Stole a lot of jewelry from his grandma and gave it to us for some reason.
Oh yeah, we had. So this kid that rode the bus with us, he would steal jewelry from his grandma and give it to us, like actual real fucking like diamond jewelry, pearl jewelry. Whatever.
And my mom worked with his grandma, and he gave me this like ruby ring that I thought was like a prop, and I showed my mom, and she was like astonished. Like,
well, remember what we did with the ruby ring before that?
Ooh, we made a trap to catch Brennan.
Yeah, so there's this our quarter who ended up being like our high school quarterback and stuff. He's like
good friend.
We love
Brennan.
Yeah, Brennan's good dude. But he was what 5'5", 5'6", maybe. Somewhere there, shorter.
I mean, we were in like fucking. At that time, he was probably like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, he was a short dude, and we were like, we know that him and his like big buddy.
He's a goblin. He's gonna steal our ruby ring. So we're just gonna set up this fucking snare behind my dad's shop.
Yeah, in like your fucking hay barn. We were setting up traps for the ruby ring for Brennan Sawyer to come steal him. And we were like setting the traps really low, but we had like a piece of PVC pipe with like nails put in it, and like
we were trying to kill that fucker.
Yeah, I remember. We actually, looking back on it, pretty ingenious traps.
Yeah, no,
it would be like a trap with an obviously tied like piece of hay twine to it, and if you pulled it, it would activate this like arm of like hay twine that we had bent, or arm of a PVC pipe that we had connected to hay twine that would like come around and just smack you with nails and shit.
Yeah, that's what we were doing if we weren't having gay sex.
Yeah, that's a good callback, dude. You brought it all around. But yeah, so Dallas Chi would do that. He would also buy us Monster energy drinks, which I think led to a lot of my restlessness as a child.
Oh yeah,
possibly still to this day.
No second, third graders should be drinking multiple Monsters a day before 7 a.m.
And I remember we would, or at least me and Jonathan. Jonathan was also a kid that lived out near us. We would piss like straight like
lime green.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like hydrated on nothing but fucking Monster energy and shit.
Jonathan's brother used to steal from his mom so he could buy from Dallas's little shop at the bus.
Dude, Cipriano Childers is now like a doctor or like in medical school.
Yeah. Good for him.
Isn't that wild? For me to guess who would be a doctor. Obviously I'm choosing Kingston first, and he's like a dentist or some shit now. And then
is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he works in Peoria.
Is he in dental school or is he a dentist?
I think he's in dental school, but I don't know, because I know he tested for the whatever the medical school test thing is in New Mexico, and I don't know if like, because I know dentists like all the like DOs. Like the cosmetics, like doctors,
not MDs, DOs.
Is that what they're called? Okay, so I don't know if that's like you have to test worst or test higher, but he's doing that shit now. Which is a smart move because you could make fucking bank.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him in years.
Shout out Kingston.
Kingston
a lot of funny
Chartier.
shit with Kingston.
Yeah. I trapped cats for his next door neighbor. He lived in town. This is a kid that lived in town.
And his next door neighbor was our art teacher.
And certifiably fucking insane. But she was talking in the library with our librarian at the time in junior high, and she was like, I had just gotten my trapper's license, like to trap animals, and she was talking about like this cat problem that she had, and I was like, I just got my trapper's license, like I can take care of these cats for you. So I just like live trapped cats, and I would take them to the pound at first because that's what you're supposed to do, and then the pound was like, stop bringing us all these fucking cats. So I ended up killing like a shit ton of cats.
I don't condone that.
I don't know. You know what I find weird about cats, like city cats especially, is like everyone, so like, you know, like those carp that'll jump out of the streams that are like Asian carp, like when you have a motor.
Asian carp?
Yeah, they have them in like the Mississippi and shit. Like you'll drive a motor down, they'll all just start jumping. You ever seen those videos?
No.
But it's like an infestation, and like people are like, we got to kill all these and get rid of them. And then like wild boars in like Texas, New Mexico, fucking Arkansas, wherever, they're like, we got to kill those and get rid of them. They're an invasive species. And then when it comes to fucking house cats in the city, which is arguably one of the most invasive species there are, people are like, yeah, it's just a little kitty. We can't kill it. It's like, well, they cause a lot of like bacterial and like fungal infections in humans.
Yeah, but I think just killing, in my opinion, killing the cat doesn't solve the bigger picture problem. I think the bigger picture problem is like
Humans in general.
humans
Yeah.
being educated on the importance of like neutering and spaying their animals.
That would probably
because
cut down on it a lot. But like, have you ever been fucking downtown Phoenix at
Oh,
night?
absolutely. There's fucking, but I don't see that as a problem because I fucking love cats. So I see a fucking 20 street cats and I'll get out of my car and like try and fucking play with them.
The way that I find it as a problem is like those cats are not getting taken care of.
Oh no,
They're not sanitary,
They're probably eating
and
people.
Yeah, and they're fucking.
But that's what's fucking gangster about them. Their cats are fucking gangster,
You think so?
especially if you understand. Like, look at like fucking bobcats.
True.
Any kind of cat. They're fucking gangsters. They're smart as shit. They're so fucking smart. And I feel like the people who don't like cats don't understand cats. And that might seem a little fucking gay to say.
You still get
but
cats, dude.
I feel like cats are fucking gangster.
I mean, that's nice. Bobcats are some of my favorite animals. Like we ate bobcat a few times actually.
Yeah. See. Yeah. I could see why like trapping and killing bobcats. I wouldn't do it now, but like I don't fucking judge anyone for anything, and unless it's like absolutely inhumane or some shit. But
well,
like,
some people consider that absolutely inhumane,
right? But like if you're like fucking torturing them and shit, like
fair.
obviously, but like if you're ethically like
Harvesting and shit.
yeah, and like you're doing it as like a job, like an income for yourself and like your family, and like you're putting it to use, like survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah, true.
Like we like technically are the fittest because we can just kill any fucking thing we want.
I fucking, when people are like, I'm against shooting coyotes, I'm like, well, you are gonna hate me because I'm so for it. It's insane. Which, like, if you're against shooting coyotes, more power to you, because like that's cool, but you just don't know the struggles of like a fucking rancher out in the middle of nowhere.
No, coming from like a ranching background, that totally makes sense. You're not going to understand it if you're just a person who drives by a coyote every now and then and is like, oh, look at the cute little coyote.
That's
like
basically a dog.
You know, when you show up to work and like make a livelihood for your family, and these things are like killing your fucking livelihood. Like, it's a different.
It's just
story
different,
on the
like,
ranch.
and that's why I'd never want to apply like my thought process on someone who's here and why they see shit.
It's all subjective.
100%.
It's all
because like they've grown up in a different way, shape, and form than me. So it's like, why would I push my ideology on them? Because they're never going to be able to comprehend it, just like they wouldn't be able to comprehend my ideology.
Right.
So like we just view stuff different, and that's cool. I fuck with that.
It. Yeah. That's what.
But you are
everyone
a
needs
stupid
to
liberal
fucking
fuck at the same time.
Yeah. No. Hey. Some say.
That is fine.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Fair.
Cut.
We could cut for a second. I'm actually like relatively kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And I have to go to work in like 45 minutes, if not less.
Well.
Oh, we're back again.
Back and better than ever.
Kody had to piss. I had to sit here and lament my life for a second. But we were talking on the break about how we've both had fucking ADs, a little accidental discharge of the firearms.
Yeah. So, fuck, man.
Let me preface with my like viewpoint from this.
Okay.
So we were just talking about coyotes and killing them and everything, but like growing up, like between the ages of like, even when our parents had to drop us off in the middle of nowhere, or when we would
even
legally drive.
Oh yeah.
Like we'd go out like
13, 12, 13.
Exactly. North or south of our houses and like go call coyotes at like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like from like junior high all the way up through high school. It was me, Kody, and then one of our buddies named Preston Errand, and we would just go call coyotes or spotlight coyotes at night. And one time we were like, let's go spotlight coyotes at night, and Cody's like, hell yeah, I just taped my flashlight to my shotgun.
Yeah, because these guys, him and Preston, you know, they had fucking money. They had all these cool fucking gadgets and shit on their gun. I had a fucking Remington shotgun that I got for like my 16th birthday, and like a fucking, you know, one of those like colored flashlights from Walmart.
Yeah.
He's like,
So we had like $2,000 setups, and then Kody had like the shot. And we're like, Cody's a close guy. He'll fucking get him if we need him close.
That's what they told me to make me feel included. I never did shoot one when I was with them because I never got.
No, you peppered that one in the face.
Peppered the one that was a good shot that you had.
Thank you, dude. When it was running away, and I fucking.
But anyway, I was just prepping for the night's festivities, and that day we were out shooting that day, and I remember exactly what happened. I got out of the truck and shot at a bird, and say the shotgun held like 5 shells or 6 shells, and I shot, and the shell flew out, and then I remembered this later, but I grabbed a shell that was in Michael's truck laying on the floor, and I reloaded the gun. But so say the magazine was like a 6 total. So in my mind, when I got home that night, I was clearing out the bird shots because I was going to put different like loads.
Like buckshot or something,
or like
double op buck.
Yeah,
probably.
something for
Triple op,
coyotes.
probably.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I shot that one earlier, so I only have 5 bullets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
cool.
Wait, let's preface with right before this, you were like aiming at your tiny Shih Tzu
so
dog.
my mom's little dog, like I was very irresponsible with weapons, as we all are when we're 15, 16. And I was just like aiming at my mom's dog, like, what if? Like, and then like fucking, so I like unloaded it, had nothing left in the chamber. And I'm just like, oh, and I pull the fucking trigger, and my shotgun like looks like it's in a fucking cartoon, like spins around on my finger. Fucking, because I was like, no resistance. It's 12 gauge.
All while your mom is on Facebook Live, like,
no, she wasn't live. She wasn't live. But my mom and dad were in like the next room, and I'm not gonna say I was like suicidal, but I think my mom had concerns at points. So when they heard this gun go off, it wasn't. It
was
wasn't
like, an accidental discharge.
Yeah, no, they thought they were gonna walk into my room and find my fucking body all over the place. So I fucking pulled the fucking.
So the shotgun Wile E. Coyotes out of your hand.
Shotgun fucking spins out of my hands, and I'm just like standing there in shock. And like,
I have a picture of it, so I'll link it.
At first, for about, I'd say about like a quarter of a second, my dad was worried, but once he saw I was okay, it was straight to punishment.
Yeah.
So
as our parents would do.
Oh yeah, obviously. Like as long as we were breathing, like nothing mattered about like our, mental health.
Yeah, mental
that doesn't
health.
exist.
No.
Fuck that.
That shit's gay.
Right. So we, after my dad took all my shit, and I'm just standing in a daze in my gunpowder fucking filled room, fucking out of it, because I just shot a hole, and I had bird shots in, so I shot a fucking hole,
through a dresser into a wall.
Through my dresser
Did
into
they
a
patch
wall.
that hole yet?
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. My mom was in the next room. If I would have been like slightly more like this, I could have fucking killed my mom, dude.
Jesus Christ.
It was fucked.
So it went dog, mom, yourself.
All of it. And, since that day, I don't think I have dry fired a gun inside. So
You're very safe with weapons now.
No, yeah.
Like almost to a point where you're like scared of them.
Yeah, no, I am.
I think that's the way you should be.
I am fucking, we grew up, me and him pointing loaded fucking guns at each other for fun.
Yeah.
We grab a fucking loaded gun, and this is hilarious, because if I pulled the trigger, I'd fucking shoot you in the head.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And that would be so fucking hilarious. That was our thought.
That was what was comedy to us.
It was just hilarious, because, when we weren't doing that, we were watching videos of people getting shot. So
Yeah. I remember being me and Preston, and we were waiting at my house to go out with you, and we're just like, where is this motherfucker? You were like 2 hours late, which is uncanny of you. And I was just like, eventually one of us called you or texted you, and you're like, yeah, I can't go out tonight. We're like, why? And you're like, I shot a massive hole in my wall. And we're like, for real? And you just sent us a picture of like the hole that you had shot in the wall, and you're like, yeah, my dad's not going to let me go out for a while.
Yeah. And, being my super conservative dad, you shoot a hole in the wall, you get like the ultimate punishment of no guns for 24 hours.
Yeah. What a great punishment.
Which, I really learned my lesson until that next day when I had all my shit back.
Yeah.
as I should as a unsupervised 15-year-old.
But keep in mind, I called Kody a retard for like 4 or 5 years for shooting a hole in his wall.
Everyone did. It was well deserved because I was stupid for that. But anyway, fast forward to 2021.
2021. Yeah, that's about right in there.
We're moving into our new house in Prescott. Nice fucking house on the golf course.
Keep in mind, it's like
we may have been experimenting with a little bit of
we were high as fuck.
Yeah.
At least I was.
Yeah, no.
And it was his first day moving in.
I was moving all my shit in.
And I was so happy to fucking have my best buddy from times past.
So I'm standing in the bathroom and Michael's like out in the hallway, probably 6 feet from me, just dry firing. It was my pistol, right?
Yeah, it was your Glock. It was a Glock 19.
He was dry firing my gun, at my head. Why not?
Probably, yeah.
No, yeah, you were. And you're like, click, doing reloads. Click. And then I'm like in the bathroom like, ha, ha, ha. And then I walk out and then
I remember I was
20 seconds later.
Keep in mind, stoned as fuck, I was like, all right, I'm going to put one in it and just put it up and we'll go to doing whatever. Our other roommate was in the other room building a fucking hydroponic system so we could grow weed.
Yeah.
And I put the mag in. It's a loaded mag. I rack it. And then I was like, so high, I was like, I should dry fire one more time. And I push out to this towel rack that is like in our bathroom. And I was like, just fucking loudest noise I've ever heard.
Oof.
My ears are ringing. I remember I looked right out the blinds right after that happened, and everyone on the golf course is just staring at our house. I had shot a hole in the wall. It went through the fucking wall.
You know those big sliding glass shower doors that are like really obscure, hard to find, and expensive?
Yeah, those ones.
Those there was one of those, and
completely shattered it.
Of course, it hit that.
Yeah, destroyed it. And it was like both of our.
Could you link a video to that? The video
I have one.
Dude. Mike let one off. Dry firing. As you can tell, it wasn't dry. It fired.
You know what I think has to just be complete fucking bullshit? Ballistics and like a true crime documentary, because there's nothing fucking.
I have
it. Cool.
It'll be in here.
I have a video of Michael sweeping it up afterwards. Super funny.
It is. Ever since then, I've been, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it was safe.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I think that every gun owner needs an indoor accident, because the outdoor ones, those don't scare you enough.
No.
It's just like whoops, like you let one slip. When I was hunting with Preston, he hyped up this fucking coyote spot for like months or whatever, and we finally get there, and I get out and I'm just like fucking. I step out of the truck and just accidentally discharge one right away. And I was like, well, sorry, Preston. That doesn't scare you, though, because it's outdoors and, but
keep in mind, this Preston guy that we keep bringing up is a cop now.
Yeah. So we probably shouldn't be saying all this.
I think none of it's illegal.
Right.
It's just like, if anything, he's probably the safest.
What are they going to do? Arrest him?
Dude has 2 kids. Isn't that weird? 2 kids, a boat that he owns, a house that he owns, 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah, I think I have like $40 in my bank account right now.
If I have that, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
And I got a whole nother week before I get paid. I got a bunch of spaghetti in the fucking fridge.
Yeah. Hey, at least you have it getting paid to look forward to.
Yeah, you're just like, I gotta pay.
I'm just like, hopefully my grandma sends me enough money for this fucking week.
Dude, Grandma Clay.
Gotta love him.
You gotta love him. We were fucked up to your grandma growing up. His grandma was a substitute teacher for our school all the time. We would just be assholes in school. And then outside of school, she really liked me. So she would have like deep conversations with me, but we would always text each other back and forth during the conversations.
We'd make it a game to see so fucked up.
Basically what obscure, random, retarded shit we could talk about with your grandma.
And then we would just like make it a game to gaslight her. Like, I remember one time we were just sitting in the living room and Michael, we were like playing this game. And this was only like 4 years ago. We were out of high school. And we were playing this game and Michael starts talking to my grandma about trains. And he's just like...
Prompted by you.
Prompted by me, because I told him, I was like, all right, talk to her about trains. It's like, oh, I love trains. My dad's a railroader.
Yeah.
I love trains. Trains are awesome. And my grandma's just like, yeah, trains. And of course, my grandma has plenty of stories about trains.
Yeah.
Goes in. And then there's a little bit of silence. And then my next prompt for Michael is, okay, now tell my grandma how much you fucking hate trains.
Yeah.
And he did. And it was so funny. For no fucking reason.
And that's just how we fucking talk to elderly people in our state of mind as
children.
17, 18 year olds.
As children, elderly people were dirt on the floor.
Yeah. That's like the
Which,
campus
you know.
care thing earlier. We would scam their concession stand.
Yes, we'd
be like, "This is $1, right?"
They
and it'd
were
be
very
a dime.
the senior living facility in Winslow was very, accommodating, and they had their residents working the concession stand, which is awesome. Good for them.
It is good.
They're
to get
getting them
older.
out of their room, keeping them happy and healthy, and until me, Michael, and Jonathan show up, and we just scam this 150-year-old guy out of fucking everything he owns. What did we grabbed like 20 sodas or some like so much shit,
and be like, "How much is this?" And he'd be like,
he'd be like, "That's like $30," and we'd be like, "Okay, here's 30 dimes."
Yeah, this is $30, and he'd be like, "Yes," and then we just leave. I'm sure they just like to have interaction with people younger than them.
Oh yeah. No.
Imagine the profit and loss statements at the end of the month for them, and they're like, "You gave away what?"
He's like, "I have
We're hemorrhaging
Alzheimer's."
money. Yeah. Don't let the people with Alzheimer's in charge of the fucking concession stand. Do not let them be in charge of the concession stand because it's not going to end well.
No, it'll end well for the kids.
Yeah, we got away with a lot, and then we went out to my ranch afterwards, out to the old fucking hideout.
Yeah, they always said. Like, what they always fucking said that, like, oh, you need to respect your elders. I think because we were fed that so much, we just despised them.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like I did for the most part, at least like surface level, and then like behind the scenes, I'd be like, I'm gonna steal something from these fuckers.
Oh yeah,
which is fucked up, and I don't like that I've done it,
No.
but it is my truth and my fucking history.
Yeah, fuck.
It is insane. Nothing.
Remember when off topic,
Yeah.
new cut, growing up, my dad was really into being a little league baseball coach.
Yeah.
And I was really into little league, got Michael to play. Michael didn't play baseball at first, but we got him into it. We were probably 9, 10. And my dad knew Michael, and my dad always made an effort to pick Michael. So Michael was always on the team with us.
Yep.
And, we'd pick him up on our way to practice, bring him home. And my dad did so fucking much to try and make us better.
Everyone better.
And he cared so much, and he
You
put his
even had
all into it.
You had a baseball diamond at your house.
My
that your
dad
dad made with
fucking
like a bulldozer.
Built it. It was amazing. And we just shit all fucking over him. My dad would fucking spend, we were already, this is 2008, we're in the recession. My fucking house is about to foreclose. And my dad's spending his last fucking dollars on wiffle balls for us. And we're just, coming home from practice. We'd
Your
be
dad
like,
would
Dad,
drive
can
like
we-"
a 60s
he had his old
Chevy
classic Chevy.
with the batting. What's that? The batting net, like the pitcher's net.
L screen.
The L screen. Yeah, that's what
L-screen.
they're called.
And we'd sit in the back of the truck with him, and I don't know what
it was a single cab, so your dad would drive and we'd be like,
Yes,
"Can we
yes.
ride in the back?" And he'd be like, "Of course, boys.
Yeah, and
I just got you Klondike bars. You won't do anything
Yeah,
nefarious
no.
back there."
And we just thought it was the funniest fucking thing. As my dad was driving us home, because we lived out in like the sticks, we lived 15 minutes away from where practice was.
Yeah.
And this long empty road, and we would just throw as much shit out of
Wiffle
the
balls,
truck.
baseballs,
Wiffle
anything.
Balls, baseball equipment. We just throw it out of the truck just to watch it bounce off the fucking street.
Yeah, cool. That was cool.
Like, that was fucking sick.
And then we get home and your dad be like, "Quit throwing fucking wiffle balls."
My dad would be like, "I saw you guys throw one out," and we would just be like, "One."
Keep in mind, it's the guy where we're like, we won a like big game. And we're like, we're gonna pour water on you. He's like, "That's 25 cents a gallon. God damn it!"
Oh yeah, no, he. I think he knew exactly how much each wiffle ball costed at one point. He might have even like started making us
Like a fucking cost sheet on Excel.
Oh yeah. No, so like, and we just threw them all out, and we just thought it was so fucking funny to really, really pushing my dad's buttons.
Looking back on it,
always
your
fun.
dad, if we were hanging out with your dad, it was like, we're going to do something fun. Like, he might be kind of grouchy and an asshole
Yeah.
about it, but we're gonna do something fun. And then if you hung out with my dad, it's like he's gonna have a good attitude and be like,
It's gonna be very unfun.
yeah. That's how our fucking relationship boiled down as a children.
Yeah, one time, we weren't even that little, teenagers. I got called over to go ride the go-kart, and it turns out that Michael's dad and extended family was over building a patio deck.
Yeah.
And I got there.
Free labor. Keep in mind, you were free labor, 100% free labor.
Yeah, I wasn't getting paid. I showed up to have fun, and next thing I know, I remember.
We're placing boards on the ceiling of the patio
because they were extending the patio or some shit, and
closing it fully.
And I was just sitting back there as I would say 13, 14.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And I was just like watching. I had just shown up, and the second Michael's dad sees me sitting there
as free labor,
as Michael's friend who came over to ride the go-kart, he called me a lard ass.
Get off your ass, lard ass.
And that hit deep. that hit deep. Because this is a guy I looked up to.
Kody Densmore.
And
he's like, quit being such a fat fuck.
Quit being such a fat, overweight, fucking chubby lard ass, you little 13-year-old fuck.
And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, this is something we could latch onto and call Kody the thing for the next 4 to 5 years.
These right here, these were Kody Densmore's kryptonite.
Oh, yeah, flat brim baseball
fitted
hats. I don't know how many of those he broke would be in
I would save up my allowance and fucking buy a new Phillies hat to match my Little League uniform. And
Kody Densmore would immediately be like,
bend it into a fucking triangle. Yep.
Now that hat fits you pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm like 9 at this point.
God. Yeah, that was just your dad and my dad being like, what are you guys, gay? And fuck Obama, by the way. That was the sentiment of our younger years, our formidable years. Was just our dads being like, you're doing what now? Queer.
That's liberal.
Yeah. What are you, a liberal pussy? And you're like, I guess. And he's like, no, you're not.
I was called liberal when I was 12 years old, not having a full-time job.
Yeah. What are you, some kind of fucking socialist? And you're like, I don't know what that means.
No? Yeah.
Like, Dad, I'm not a proletarian at all. Dad, yes, I do believe in workers' rights and individual fair payment, but that doesn't make me a socialist. It makes me more of a progressive capitalist. What are we at now? Yeah, I think we can cut around here. Well, that's been Kody Clay. I hope you guys like him. If you didn't, go fuck yourself. I'll put his Instagram. I mean, I know you don't give a shit, but
yeah,
I'll put your Instagram in the bio.
Instagram.
Yeah. But wouldn't you like more followers?
Yeah, maybe if I get up to 600.
You're only at 500. Oh yeah, you probably made a new Instagram, huh?
I just have a private Instagram, and I don't.
Oh, well, never mind. Don't follow Kody.
You can follow me. You probably won't accept it.
True. Most of our watchers are like foot fetish weirdos and shit. So.
Ooh, that's good.
Which, speaking of which, here. Sorry, guys. I gotta keep up with demand. There's my feet.
They wouldn't like my feet. My feet are too fucked up for them.
I get you.
Unless they liked it. Unless they like fucked up toes.
They could like it.
Next time.
All right. That's been Kody Clay. Have a good one. Stay safe. Don't hang yourselves. It's been asleep on a forklift.